Hi.
Welcome back. We're back with more Zelda.
Where are we? Oh.
I'm in the house. I have the sword beam and I hate it. What was I doing?
What were we doing? We got the bottle.
3 things, all 4 bottles. I gotta do Skullwoods.
I like Skullwoods and Link Between Worlds.
Oh, and Link Between Worlds, it's an amazing dungeon. It's so much fun
It
because
is.
the wall merging mechanic is
Yeah, it makes
just the best.
I love having
I hate it in A Link to the Past. I'm gonna get lost again. Because that seems to be my go-to response to dungeons these days, is I get lost. Ow, he
you
stabbed
ran
me.
right into his pinboard.
I did. He shoved that thing right up Link's ass. Whoo boy! Free enemas, Hyrule Castle. What? Don't look at me like
I don't know
that.
what that word means.
You don't know what an enema is?
No?
That makes sense, I guess. Because, you know, you've never had that medical condition. By your time, I had already had one. So, for those of you who have sore stomachs, or would prefer to keep this knowledge hidden for the remainder of time until you need it. I don't know. Skip ahead for like 5 minutes, okay? I'm gonna educate my daughter on what an enema is. Whew! That's a sentence I never thought I'd say. Okay, so when I was 16,
Uh-huh.
I would get horrible stomach cramps.
Wasn't that because of the appendix though?
Right. Okay. So, one of the first things they did was they're like, it's a GI tract issue. We don't have to, but we're going to do a GI tract scan. And in order for that thing to happen, I had to drink barium. And it tasted like somebody put chalk in a blender with glue.
Oh, delicious.
And then watered it down until it was drinkable.
Okay.
Okay, that's what barium is like.
Cardboard.
I wish it was cardboard. Alright, I have 3 entrances and only one of them leads me to where I need to get the big key. And I forget which one it is.
Oh, no.
I'm just gonna fall down this hole because that seems right. That's where the heart piece was. That's where I'm gonna go. Shit, that's not right. I mean, it's where the fire rod is, but I don't have the big key yet. Anyway, and I was like, alright, whatever I need to do to fix this stomach problem, because I'm tired of being accused of skipping school.
Yeah.
Because at this point, I had been dealing with this for almost 2 years.
Mm-hmm.
Just random, really, really bad, long-lasting stomach cramps.
Yeah.
I'm I'm the wrong gender for this to happen to. And it happened 3 times a week for months at a time.
Yeah.
And they're like, we can't figure out why. So that's why they're like, we're going to give him an enema. But he has to drink this gross crap. And then you have to come back. And you can't take a piss. You got to hold it in. I'm like, oh, this is going to be great. So it gets to the day of the thing. And I'm not allowed to eat or drink anything for 24 hours beforehand. So I'm fucking starving. And the only thing I'm allowed to drink is water. So I've been surviving on water now. My diet literally consists of delicious Folgers Black Silk coffee, nicotine, and occasionally protein, as I hack up my phlegm from my cold recently. Gee, I wonder why I'm sick. So I really have to piss. But I'm not allowed to go to the bathroom. And they're like, alright, did they explain to you what's gonna happen? And I was like, dude, no one told me anything. And they're like, alright, I need you to take your pants off and lay down on this table. Because what's gonna happen is we're gonna put this tube, I'm paraphrasing now.
Oh, yeah.
We're gonna put this tube in your butthole, and then we're gonna fill you with a liquid. And then we're gonna take a picture of your intestines.
What?
And I think at this point, my color had changed twice.
What was that?
Green and very pale.
I was crimson red, and then incredibly pale. Because I was like, I already have to pee.
They're putting more liquids inside you.
And now they're going to pump chalk into my butt. And I have to lay still for pictures. I am 16 years old.
And going through it.
Help. So there I laid. I clearly remember I was in almost dark room.
Mm-hmm.
And I am laying face down, ass up, on this cold metal slab. And the only thing separating me from the cold metal was that those thin-ass hospital sheets.
Yeah.
That was it. And there I am, while they took pictures of my small intestine. I am
Lost.
going in circles. This is a terrible room. I hate this room. Why did I waste the key on that room?
What do you
There was $5 in my defense.
I'm a dang fool. What?
Is there anything else to that?
Yeah, I'm getting there. Where was I?
Taking pictures.
Right. So it turns out it wasn't my intestine at all. I had a leak in my appendix, which we wouldn't find out until a year later while we lived in Florida.
We're now speaking of Florida,
And that's a perfect segue for my Florida story.
which we're supposed to talk about in Luna.
But we're talking about it in Zelda. So this is a disjointed, you have to keep up with us
You had
to
to keep up
know.
with everything.
Yeah, you got to keep up with all of our series to know what the hell I'm talking about when I say the Florida thing. But now you get the story without the build-up. So you're welcome. But anyway, we moved to Florida. Like, after I had all these stomach problems, okay, they just kind of stopped for a while. And I was like, all right, that's cool. And my stepdad, who I call Dad, we got a job. He got a job at
We.
because he took all of us. So we all work for Denny's now. He got a job at Denny's as one of the managers. So we had to move to Florida. So we did that thing. There's nothing in here for me. I was already in here.
You were.
I'm wasting everyone's time.
Why does that make the room explode?
That's
magic.
literally its job. I have lived my entire life in tiny towns.
As of right now.
And I'm 17 at this point. And I have come to the conclusion that high school is not for me. Because at this point, I had failed ninth grade English on purpose 3 times.
Why on purpose?
For one reason.
For only one reason. My ninth grade English teacher, every ninth grade year, would show The Princess Bride. Because our job in ninth grade English is to dissect that movie. And I had never seen that movie up until that point. And I loved it.
We
so
have it on
much.
DVD and we watch it constantly.
So much so that I was like, I'm going to spend the rest of high school in ninth grade English to watch The Princess Bride.
And he did.
And I did. That's exactly what I did.
Did it fail at some point?
Is that why you like it so much?
I adore that movie so much.
Like, he can quote it about as well as he can quote the Transformers movie.
And I love that movie equally as much. I would love to do like a movie share thing
Mhm.
where it's just me with the Transformers movie in the background and I do all the voices. Or at the very least, I quote all the dialogue for the entire movie. I would love to do that. Just to show off.
The other day, we were doing something. Actually, I think it was last night, and I was like, prepare the shuttle for lunch.
Yeah.
Which you can tell that story too after the Florida one.
Alright. Anyway, I had made the decision by this point, high school's not for me. And we moved to Jacksonville, Florida. And we lived in this amazing housing complex. It was like a gated community.
Like the one Nana lives in.
Yes. Only like a touch different.
Mhm.
Same concept though.
Yeah.
Okay, like it had a swimming pool
Oh, cool.
that was heated,
Oh.
but it was Florida, so it didn't fucking need to be because it was always
Yeah.
warm enough to swim. Because we moved down there the beginning of my 11th grade year, and it was the middle of December, and we turn on the news, and we're all from the north,
Yeah.
Jacksonville, Florida. I had never been to a big school before, and I'm sure that, like, there are a bunch of people who just snickered at the heck.
Yeah, that's pretty much what we are.
Which is fine, like, I get it. But in my experience, that was a big school. Like, I went from small rinky-dink town.
Where the middle school and high school is same place.
Yeah. Essentially, yeah.
Isn't the only thing connecting them like a small like hallway and like basically
Yeah,
the same
there's like a
building?
little causeway that connects the two buildings. That's literally it. I'm dying in here, and I still have no idea where I am.
Yeah, we've been going in circles the entire time.
I hate this place. This is what I imagine hell is. Just me wandering lost in the woods, getting assaulted by things that make no sense. Why is this tentacle cabbage attacking me? What did I do to it?
Kill it.
It's
What is this? Pumpkin with tongue.
Yeah, it looks like something.
And
What?
what's the version of this game called?
A Link Between Worlds?
That's a completely other game though. It's the same world. Just,
It is the same world. Just
I guess
in the
not.
future. In the future. Anyway, my first day in school went a little something like this. The bus ride was 40 minutes from the front of the gated community where it picked everybody up at, because there was like 8 of us. Anyway, God, I forgot about him. Oh, little anxious me. So I go into the office, and I'm like, 3 secretaries. I've only ever seen 1.
Yeah, there's like never, like maybe they'll get 2 at the office desk, but they're doing 2 different things, and you tell who you're supposed to talk to.
Yeah, like I only ever have seen 1 secretary lady. And the lady's like, who are you? And I was like, I'm new. This is my first day. And she's like, great. What's your name? I was like, oh. And I gave her my name. And she goes, all right, sit down. And I was like, where? Because there's no chairs. It's just, you walk in and it's just like the office, right?
Yeah. What office doesn't have chairs?
And she heaves this great big sigh like I'm an inconvenience, right? And I'm like I'll just go prop myself against the wall. And she comes out from behind the desk, right?
Yeah.
And she walks over, and apparently, like, what I thought was just like the banister railing that led up to the other end of the desk, there was like a bench. You pulled it down, and then it locked, and you sat down there. And it was like, yeah, I was like, what is this Jetsons bullshit?
What is Listinians?
And I was like, thanks. You could have just told me. And she's like, you're welcome. And then walks behind the desk, and I sit down. And I hear the bell ring, and I'm like, all right, that's got to be like homeroom bell. And I'm sitting there for a while, and it's been like 20 minutes. Nobody's said anything to me. Nobody's gotten up and moved. Nobody's made a phone call. The only sound in that entire office had been throat clearing and typing. That's it. It's been 40 minutes. The next bell rings. That's the end of first period. I'm still sitting there. I have pulled out my notebook. I have started drawing in my notebook. Second period ends. No one has said a word to me. Third period comes around, and I'm like, boy, I'm really hungry, kind of bored. So I was like, excuse me. And the lady in the middle, she was blonde. I don't know why I remember that. And I was like, I've been here all day. Can I get my schedule or something to do? And when is lunch? Because I'm hungry. And she's like, what's your name? So I told her what my name was. And she's like, all right, sit tight. I was like, all right. I'll just go back to this fucking Jetsons bench and doodle in my notebook for another 2 hours. It was 1 o'clock in the afternoon before the lady was like, okay, here's your schedule. You missed lunch.
What do you suppose that is?
But you can still go to the last 2 periods. And I'm like, no. I went to the bathroom because I hadn't been all day. I hadn't left the office, like, all day.
Yeah.
And, like, I didn't say no. I was just like, all right. And took the schedule paper that they had... Shit! Thank you. Ate my shield. Because I'm not paying attention to the game.
Yeah, we've been wandering around circles for like 20 minutes.
That's literally all I've been doing. All right, I'm going to tell a story. You're going to look up the order of holes that I fall in while I tell this story.
Yeah.
All right, I'm going to stop wandering around and tell the story while we look up a walkthrough because we're idiots. I'm an idiot. She's fine. So 6th and 7th period were apparently the end of day elective. And I didn't pick my schedule like most 11th graders do when they're going into 11th and junior and senior year. I didn't get to pick my schedule. It was just given to me. And both of my last periods were art. Like, because I didn't get a tour or anything. Like, I didn't have anybody show me around. I did have somebody show me where my classes were that I had missed that day. And then they dropped me off at the art room. And I remember they were doing, like, pottery. Because I was, like, a day behind. So the teacher was just like, everybody work on what you were doing. I'm going to help the new kid. So she got me all caught up in everything. They were doing pottery. And I was like, this is awesome. I love this. I want to do more of this.
I think it's the only part you've missed so far in the thing. So you got to know everything else. But that hole with the flowers, that's go in there.
I don't have the big key, though.
Yeah.
Do I not?
Okay, and then go into the bomb.
I do. I
Yes,
do have
okay.
the big key.
Bumble.
I'm a fucking idiot. How long have I had the big key?
Yeah, that's like the second thing you've gotten. Okay, yeah, let's go. No,
Yeah.
slide down.
I can't.
Yeah, you can. I'm literally looking at the wall.
Oh, shut up. All right. I learned a thing today. I learned something new today.
How long did that take?
How did you used to do this?
I just come out here, right? I will abuse this power. I learned something today. How about that?
Okay.
All right, my mind just got blown. So where was I in my story? Right, day two. Day two, I got off the bus, straight to the art room. I didn't even bother with homeroom. I went straight to the art room. And I went in, and I said hello to the art teacher. And she said hello to me. Used my name. That's important. She used my name. I sat down and remained in that seat for the next 8 periods. The only time I got up. I'd get up when the bell rang. I'd go out. I'd stand in the hall. I would count to 45. And I would go back in and sit down in that seat. And I did that 8 times. Shit.
That was close.
You can't take me whole. Gravity is a suggestion. And I did that for the next 8 periods. I made 8 little pots. I brought none of them home because, like, 4 days after this, I dropped out.
All 3 days you took doing.
I just refused to go. The first day, I went
Oh,
outside.
hide in the bushes. Yeah.
Yeah, I went outside, and there was like a big hedgerow in front of the door, but there was like a section of wall that was there was a hole just small enough that a human body of my size could fit through. And you could not see,
Oh, hey.
this is where I fell in. That's fine. That works well for me. Look at the new thing I learned I could do. I had cracked my window and loosened the bottom of the screen. So all I'd have to do is reach my finger underneath the screen, pop the screen the rest of the way out, open my window, and climb back in my room. So that's what I did. I popped the window open, climbed back in my room, and was only discovered day 2. Just never left the house. I stayed in my room and just like sat in the closet until somebody came to like poke at me. And then I was like, yeah, I just didn't feel like going to school today. I just wanted to sit in the dark.
Mood.
I was in the dark playing my Game Boy.
That's like the equivalent of like me like chilling in the armoire playing a Switch.
I mean, I was a unique child.
So you hid it in a closet playing the Game Boy.
Right. And then day three is when I told my mom, Grammy, that I'm done with school. Like, I'm not learning anything. I don't want to go anymore.
You're not learning because you're stuck in the art room.
Like, but even, like, the reason that I did that was even in, like, 10th grade, I was bored. Like, all of my grades were B's, and that was barely any effort on my part.
Yeah.
Like, I just didn't care, but I cared enough.
To not want to fail.
Yeah. The only exception was 9th grade English.
Yeah.
Which I was still in, down in Florida. I never went, but 9th grade English, yeah, that was the only class that I failed. And it was on purpose. I mean, it was by choice. It was totally on purpose.
I need to conserve my magic, Dad says.
Yeah, I'm just going to use the blue potion. I realized I've been taking a ton of damage just being an idiot. And I think there's a full magic potion before the boss anyway. Or at least 2 little ones. Or one little... Oh, god damn it. I'm not ready!
Is this the boss room?
Yeah.
Oh, oops.
Yeah, that's why I'm not ready.
Did you at least grab everything?
Yeah, I have everything.
Oh, hey, he's a moth.
Ow. Ow. This whole room hurts.
Yeah, I'm starting to notice that.
God. Just die.
At least he's easy.
Everything in this room hurts. This room is designed for pain, and I hate it.
That was fun. So, you dropped out, then you had your appendix, and like months later...
Yeah, I dropped out, and then we moved. We moved to a small town, and I don't want to out this town, but I'm going to out this town.
I think this is McDonald's.
Yeah, I'm gonna out this town. I'm just gonna say its name. It was a small town called Perry, and I have never lived in a place like Perry, Florida, and I hope never to live in a place like Perry, Florida ever again.
I want to see if I can Google this McDonald's.
Because shortly after we moved there, the town's only McDonald's was burnt down, and
It's there. It's 2.9 star rating.
so they must have rebuilt it then. But we lived there for like 5 months, and the local legend, as it was told, and this story was told to me like 2 weeks before we left. All right, is there a way? There is a way that I can like just get out of these woods. Let's do that. I hate this place so much. Oh no, come on.
Into a wall.
I'm in a bush. Get me back to the light world. Bird, fly through the canopy. Pick me up. Get out of here.
Can you imagine you try to rob someone who just flies away with a bird? Like, hello?
I have been in this forest eating mushrooms for way too long.
I made a mistake.
I need a vacation. All right, do we do the ice dungeon next?
No.
I hate the ice dungeon
Yeah.
so much, but the blue tunic is in there.
The ice dungeon.
But the blue tunic.
But the ice dungeon.
But the blue tunic. You know what? To be fair, I don't remember anything about the swamp dungeon. Oh no. I don't remember anything about the ice dungeon or the swamp dungeon. I remember nothing. We might get a few episodes more out of this.
So much for your 2 hours, sweet.
I just realized how little I remember about the end of this game. That's not what I pushed the wrong goddamn button.
Then the bird guy just drops back down screaming at the bird. I pressed the wrong button.
Fucking bird. Shit. This whole thing has turned into an unmitigated disaster because I want to tell my Florida stories.
So
Just like Florida.
yeah.
It's an unmitigated disaster. So anyway,
Perry, Florida.
Perry, Florida. Local
You tell that, I'm
McDonald
gonna use the
legend.
bathroom.
The story goes that this McDonald's, a disgruntled employee or somebody, was trying to get into the safe with a blowtorch and ended up lighting the building on fire. And they just let it burn down and never rebuilt it. Then again, this is half my life ago and my memory. Yes, I was 17 when we lived in Perry. And I remember I had dropped out of school at this point, and I spent my days. This is the kind of place Perry was. I had two choices for what I could do with my free time. I could either spend my free time in my room playing video games by myself, using like the basic internet chat rooms that existed at the time, or I could go do drugs. Those were my only real options. Because, like, every time I'd try to integrate into a group of people that I'd see, like, out and about, because there was, like, a shopping plaza that was probably the equivalent of, for your reference, Taya, probably about the equivalent of here to Boyers away.
Mm.
But when I say shopping plaza, why am I in the East Palm?
Yeah, I'm very confused. Coming in, you're suddenly up here.
I don't know, I'm just wandering around talking. While I'd be out, like, walking, because when I say, like, small shopping plaza, I'm talking it had, like, a grocery store, there was 2 restaurants, one of them was a Chinese place, the other one was a Thai place, and I remember that because that was the first time I had Thai food. This is where runs die. This is where my gaming experience goes to stop playing.
Oh, the tongues.
I've missed!
High five.
God, they do so much
Oh my
damage.
God. 6 hearts. You keep missing.
I'm kind of bad at this game. I'm gonna be honest. I keep saying I'm good at it. I'm not.
I'm good at this game, I swear.
I'm not. I'm just not. And it's because
Trying to talk at the same time.
yeah, I'm trying to tell stories while I'm trying not to die.
Oh, I remember these guys.
Get.
It's like if Yoshi and a penguin had a child.
Oh, now that's in my brain. Oh,
Am
no
I
wonder.
wrong?
God, I just want to kill this link. So he has no memory of you ever saying that.
Implying I'm voicing Link right now.
He comes in the room, he's like, oh God. This room is going to be either the death of me. I have a fairy. I should be alright. But I'm either going to die. Everybody dies. I have way too little life to play this game right now. Everything dies.
It's like in real life or like in game.
Come to me, anti-fairy. I hate this. I hate this so much.
Yeah, it's still better than the ice and Pokemon where you just like slide all the way.
Yeah, in one direction. I think I'd prefer that, actually. The slippery floors are just a constant hazard. I'm going to abuse the shit out of this for the rest of the game, just so we're clear.
Yeah. So, Shopping Plaza, Perry, Florida.
And there was a game store there. So I would walk up there occasionally and, like, drop $10 and buy a new game. New to me.
Yeah.
And occasionally I would see, like, groups of teenagers. Like Piccolo in
Hello, fellow children.
Dragon Ball Z Abridged. Yeah, like, social interaction. Where's the key in this room? Do you have it?
This is the last one.
Ow!
He's the last one.
Of course he is. It's always in the last place you look,
Every time.
because then you found it. Shit! I like Zelda games. I can see why, like, these games have the detractors that they do
Mhm.
when trying to be something other than somebody who plays these games while playing these games. Does that make sense? God damn it, Gravity!
Poor dad.
Screw your rules. So that's what I did with my time in Florida. I sat in my room and just played video games by myself for 4 months until I got really sick one day. Like, I'm on the floor of the bathroom, convinced the end is come, and they will find me much as they found Elvis, hanging onto the toilet. I don't know if that's true or not. Luckily, I managed to scream for my mom, because I'm a child in pain, and it's 2:30 in the morning.
Why can't you get down the stairs?
I don't know. Let me down the stairs! I don't have the big key yet, but this is where the blue tunic is. I forget how to get the big key because I'm an idiot. I'm trying to tell the story, and I'm dying!
You just faceplant.
It's so stressful.
I'm so sorry, Kimmy.
I get it.
Tap you repeatedly until you wake up.
Good God, it just throws you right back in, huh?
And your bomb's gone.
My bomb is gone. Why is my bomb gone?
Why did it tell you how
The
to...
anticipation is killing me. I don't have the big key yet.
Why did it tell you how to use bombs?
Because I got them out of a treasure chest.
Oh. Hey! Look at that.
I don't have it yet. And you know what's going to happen?
Huh.
I'm going to remember how to get the big key.
And you're gonna figure this
And then I'm
out.
going to forget how to get to this room. You're telling me.
Probably should put that one in the bottle.
Oh, well, that was easy. I don't need it, though. There's
like 3 different locked doors, Dad.
No, that's not true. It's just because I'm a moron. God damn it! See? I'm an idiot.
I think I would do that in real life.
A new room! Yay! Oh, that was some straight Looney Tunes bullshit.
That was.
God, now I can't see because there's tears. Oh, that's funny. What?
You know, getting Discord messages is always like, is that mom texting me, or does Discord talk about stealing people's kidneys again? And it's always a mystery.
What? Discord is a wild place, especially when you get notifications from multiple servers.
Yeah. How do you keep missing?
Have you not figured out that I'm not good at this game? What did we just witness? I am garbage. I'm only good at the beginning of video games because I don't have the attention span to finish them. I'm learning this as it's coming out of my mouth. Sorry. I'm having a moment.
Dad's having a realization. He's like, oh, so much of my life makes sense now.
Yeah.
As you slide into
God damn it. I hate this
No, that
floor.
heart's gonna despawn.
I hate it so much. Help! I'm never getting to that door. Shit! I don't need that room. This is a disaster in every way. So back to the disaster that is my life.
Yeah.
I'm laying on the floor of my bathroom, convinced that I'm dying, hugging the toilet like it's gonna save my life. In so much pain, I cannot stand upright. And the first thing the paramedics do when they get there is a drug test to make sure I'm not ODing on anything, because that's a common enough occurrence
In Florida.
that needs to happen. And I'm like, all right, I'm really dying now. can we please go to the hospital? And they're like, oh yeah, sure. Let's just get you up. And I'm like, that is definitely outside of the realm of things that will be happening in the near future. We're moving on. This is either the way to the big key or the way to the boss.
Did the giant skeleton just appear out of nowhere?
He fell from the ceiling. I've experienced many kinds of pain in my life. I've never experienced that kind of pain because it was almost big key. Boy, I'm trying to think of an accurate way to describe it. You know when you stretch for something that you really, 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 really want, but no matter how far you try to extend your arm, you just can't reach it? So you just try and go a little more, and you start to feel that burn in your muscle.
Usually if I stretch, I ended up stretching my torso too, and I was like, elongating.
Alright, audience, the four of you who watch this, and the one of you who comments, you know what I'm talking about. The overextending muscle burn. Okay, it was that, but literally everywhere from my waist to my neck.
Ugh.
My entire core lit on fire. It was a terrible kind of pain. And like, they literally had to carry me. There wasn't enough room to set up the stretcher in the hallway. So I get to the hospital, and I'm in the waiting room, because they literally just dumped me in the ER waiting room, and they're like, we got another call, we gotta go. So I'm sitting in the waiting room, and I use the term I'm sitting extremely loosely.
You just like flopped over, crying out.
Because I am literally sprawled out across 3 of those like bucket seats.
Yeah.
And I'm there for like 40 minutes. Just until the doctor comes out and they're like, all right, we're going to take your appendix out based on your symptoms. We're just going to take it out right now. And I'm like, cool. Give me all of the drugs. All of them. And then put me to sleep. And they're like, oh yeah, you're going under. We're just waiting for the anesthesiologist to get here. And he's like, we're not even going to bother putting you into a room. We're just going to throw you behind this curtain to change. So put on the hospital gown, get on this stretcher, and we're just going to wheel you back, and we're going to anesthesize you on the way.
Wow.
These were his exact words. I have a feeling that if you're still awake by the time you get to the operating room, you won't leave the operating room alive.
Oh, Jesus.
Why?
That's one way to cheer someone up.
Because my appendix, for almost 3 years, had been leaking. That's what all of my stomach problems were when I was a teenager. My appendix had been leaking, and it had been slowly killing me. And it had gotten to the point, the reason that I was in so much pain is because it had torn at the leak point, because I guess I coughed too hard. And it tore my appendix open. And my appendix was literally dissolving my insides. I'm glad you're I'm glad you find it so humorous. What is so funny about a cough? I died again in the same exact way.
You don't have any fairies?
You know what? Next time we play Zelda. Bye!
Bye. And go through.
Help? This is what I imagine hell is.